The Swan Alcoa Landcare Program is a unique partnership between government, industry and the community. Its success over the last 20 years is testament to what can be achieved when organisations and the community work together.
I can remember the day. It was a winter's day, it was in '98. So excited that Alcoa was going to give this money to the community to do work on the rivers. We didn't really have much funding at that time, and it was just I was so excited as we worked out how we were going to do it, how to deliver to the community.
Over the last 20 years, SALP volunteers have contributed 200,000 hours into projects around the state of Western Australia. Let me put that in perspective. 200,000 hours, that's the equivalent of 5 people working 40-hour weeks for 20 years. Absolutely incredible.
20 years ago, when catchment groups were being developed, it was very difficult to get funding. When SALP came along, we were able to have consecutive years of funding for the same project site, so therefore we were able to continue to contribute to the whole of the catchment.
Well, we refer to SALP at Perth NRM as one of our iconic programs. For us, the on-ground outcomes, the working with the local governments, the corporate partnership, all of that is the kind of model that we're moving towards more of in the future.
SALP is really unique because groups can apply for multiple sites and they can apply for the same sites over a number of years. This is really important because environmental projects need time to have really significant outcomes. So, 5–10 years you can get wonderful outcomes and the groups can build relationships and partnerships and leverage other funding, and it's a ripple effect. So a small or relatively small amount of money can have a huge impact in the long term.
The most positive change I've seen is the way in which assessment has taken place. The assessment now with Melinda organising it all, it comes out to the assessors all organised, a very fair assessment process, and therefore everyone gets an equal chance at getting funding for their projects, particularly their continuing projects.
Over these past 20 years, more than $8.5 million worth of funding has been provided to more than 1,000 projects, revegetating almost 2,000 hectares of land. This has had a really positive impact on our landscape. We've restored bushland and turned grass drains into living streams, providing refuge for animals and birds alike.
I've seen big changes to the wildlife, and in particular, I remember at the Wilson wetland, where we went down to have a look at the program, and through the sedges where there used to be a whole lot of blackberry, we saw the turtles coming out. And it was just extraordinary. In the other areas that we go, we see birds coming we've never seen before. We can see where bandicoots are moving around. There's just so much happening. I see the volunteers really having their dreams come true. They have this vision that they want their foreshore, their little bush reserve cleaned up and all the weeds taken out, and then bit by bit over the years with the funding, suddenly this dream comes true and they're meeting other people and gaining new skills, and it's just a great experience, and often others want to join in too.
These volunteers are the quiet achievers in their community but make a big difference to our local environment, and I really congratulate them for their dedication. Tonight we are celebrating their work and their achievements and the benefits that they've given to the environment over the past 20 years.
The future for SALP is extremely bright. We've got a wonderful foundation built over the past 20 years with some really committed volunteers. What we need now is the next generation to come in and take the reins and write the next chapter and just look at this beautiful environment. It doesn't get better than this.